What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So apparently the Cleveland Cavaliers want to trade Andre Drummond. No surprise, they acquired Jarrett Allen, and now Drummond doesn't really fit there, and they're looking to trade him away. Now, where will Drummond go? Sham said something about Toronto being heavily interested in him, but I just don't know how that gets done without Toronto possibly trading Kyle Lowry, which is something I think Raptors fans would not even want to see whatsoever. So I tried to make some three-team deals. I tried to make some trades up for Drummond, and I just couldn't really make anything work, in my opinion, that I thought was fair for all sides. So if you guys have an Andre Drummond trade that you would love to leave down in the comment section below, feel free to do so. But in this video, we're just going to trade him to the best possible trade we find him in the trade finder. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. 60% of you watch this video aren't even subbed. But today, we're rebuilding the Cleveland Cavaliers and trading Andre Drummond like they want to in real life. Trade deadline, we have 30 and 23 right now, actually. And like I said, Drummond is somebody the Cavaliers want to trade. Now, Drummond is a guy that puts up really, really good stats, right? But for some reason, when he was traded from Detroit to Cleveland, his trade value sucked. So it makes you think, yeah, he's putting up good numbers in Cleveland, but his trade value still might suck. So I don't know what the Cavaliers are expecting in return for Drummond. I don't know what they will be getting, but he's putting up 17 and 13 for us right now, which is really solid. But like I said, he was kind of doing that in Detroit as well, and he still was only traded for like a bag of chips. So I don't really know what we're going to get for Andre Drummond. So if I just threw the man in the trade finder real quick, kind of see what we get. So we get like Chris Middleton offered to us. Obviously, the Milwaukee Bucks are never doing that, so we're not doing that trade. Draymond Green is in Chicago now, and they want to give me Daniel Gafford and Draymond. Okay. Luke Kennard and Patrick Beverley from the Clippers. Winslow and Brooks. Clint Capella, Tony Snell, Rozier, and Cody Zeller. Buddy Hield, Frank Kaminsky, Mitchell Robinson, Al Horford, Ross and Covington, Tim Hardaway, Kleba. Okay, so there's some interesting trades here. Indiana, Adams with the Pelicans, Blake Griffin from Detroit. We could send Andre Drummond back to Detroit. And then this is the interesting one. Kyle Lowry for Andre Drummond. Like I said, I don't see how the Raptors acquire Drummond, which they do need a center bad. I don't see how they acquire Drummond via trade without maybe having to give up Kyle Lowry, which would have to be, I would assume, in a three-team trade where Kyle Lowry either goes to a different team, like maybe the Los Angeles Clippers, which is something I was trying to make work earlier, where Kyle Lowry is traded to the Clippers and Drummond's traded to the Raptors, but I just couldn't really make anything happen there. So if you guys have an idea on that, you can definitely leave it in the comment section below. But like I said, it was really hard to get it to work on here on 2K. So I think at this point, the best trade that I saw that would make sense is maybe trading him to the Charlotte Hornets or something. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't really know what else to do. Then there's the Knicks that want a 2023 first round pick, Ross and Covington, Hardaway and Kleba. Like I said, I really, really wanted to get a three-team trade to work, but it is just so tough to make it happen. They would have to give up like Norman Powell. If they weren't going to give up Kyle Lowry, they'd have to give up like Aaron Baines, Norman Powell, and then I don't know what else they would do to make the salary work. So Kyle Lowry would have to be traded, I feel like, in a trade where if they were going to acquire via Andre Drummond, which I don't think Raptors fans want to hear, obviously. Raptors fans love Kyle Lowry. But then there's the Clippers one where we get Luke Kennard and Patrick Beverley, so we get a young 24-year-old player, and that's literally the best thing that I see, honestly. It is what it is. So we can also get Brooks and Winslow, which actually would be interesting if the Grizzlies wanted to maybe like really prolong maybe their contending chances and they grab Drummond and they don't want Valanciunas starting anymore. And there's Kennard and Beverley one, like I said. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this Luke Kennard, Patrick Beverley, because we at least get a young player out of Luke Kennard. And I don't think Luke Kennard's been playing heavy minutes for the Clippers lately anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and acquire Luke Kennard. Or at least the last time I watched Clippers game, they weren't playing him. So looking at what we got now that Drummond is gone, we have Patrick Beverley, Colin Sexton, Isaac Okoro. We still have to trade Kevin Love in the offseason because honestly, Kevin Love is long overdue. He needs to be gone. And then they want to start Beverley over Garland, which I am not doing that. I am definitely going to be starting Darius Garland. Patrick Beverley will not be here past this season. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and summate this season with what we got. Like I said, I don't know what Drummond's trade value is going to be. It's probably going to suck like it did back in Detroit, and I assume they won't get much in return for him. I wouldn't be surprised if they just eventually just bought him out because they don't get any interest really. But it looks like Drummond's not going to play any games until March 25th, or at least until he's traded. So whenever that happens, you already know I'll be here to make a video on it. We actually finished as a 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, man. So that's actually really awesome. And okay, Tyronn Lue's not the coach anymore. I was like, wait, did we go 58 and 24 as a 7th seed? But no, we went 43 and 39, and we are the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, so that's definitely interesting. We are playing Miami, who is the 2nd seed. 23 points from Colin Sexton, as we know. 16 from Garland, 13 from Kevin Love, 12 from Jarrett Allen, and 11 from Isaac Okoro. So, simulating these playoffs, it really doesn't matter what happens here, honestly. Obviously, we're not really a contender just yet. We can eliminate in 5 games by Miami, but it is cool that we at least made the playoffs, and Toronto goes on to lose to Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Clippers almost won the NBA championship, but Miami said no. But they did beat the Los Angeles Lakers, which is interesting. So Drummond definitely helped them do that, I guess. But let's go look at what we got going on in the offseason, because this is going to be a good offseason for us. I really feel it. And it would have been cool to be a lottery team, because I feel like the Cavaliers are getting really, really close to having a really cool team on paper that could definitely compete for a playoff spot year after year. But they're not there just yet, I don't think. I think one player away is definitely safe to say, because Colin Sexton has turned out to be a real stud for them. Garland's just now getting healthy for them. So I'm definitely excited for the Cavaliers' future. JB Bickerstaff, Antonio Lang. I will keep the coaching staff the same. Why not? And then we'll sign Randy Martin to a deal, because obviously, as you guys know, we got to have those training camps to do something. So let me sign a head scout. And then for the NBA draft, we don't have a good draft pick here. I believe it was like, what was it? It was like number 17. Okay, so we have the 17th pick, which we definitely could maybe acquire someone here. But since we are here on draft night, Kevin Love, man, is a guy I've wanted the Cleveland Cavaliers to trade for so long, and it just hasn't happened. I know he's had some injury issues, but man, oh man, Kevin Love needs to just get freed already, man. How can the Clippers afford? Okay, maybe because they can, or maybe Kawhi's a free agent, that's why. So Miami, we get Precious, which actually would be really nice, and Miami gets Kevin Love. That would be actually really interesting if we want to do something like that, because we get a young player in return. Miles Turner, Joel Okafor, OG Anunoby, Eric Gordon, Miami Heat's Precious Achiuwa, however you say his last name. I probably botched it, but it is what it is. So now we have the 17th pick in the draft. Let's go see what we can do here with number 17, as we are going to be taking, we have James Bouknight, Allen Flanagan, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Cam Thomas. Okay, so there's some good options out here. Looking at my roster right now, though, if I could do that, we have, it looks like we have, like, okay, so we have Colin Sexton. I mean, we could use a big, honestly. We don't really have, or we're going to sign Jarrett Allen back, actually. My mistake. Probably could use a power forward, ultimately. A power forward would probably be awesome here. So, I don't know who that would be. Or a small forward or a wing player. We got 6'5", 6'5", 6'9", 6'8". I think I'm going to take Jeremiah Robinson Earl out of the draft here. He's going to be our power forward, our wing player of the future. Hopefully he can become something for us. At number 17, he was a 75 overall, so can't complain too much about that. Player options, Damian Dotson, I will not be bringing him back. Qualifying offers, Jarrett Allen. We definitely want him back. We traded for him, and honestly, Cleveland got him for quite an interesting price. They didn't pay too much, but they got a 23-year-old center who I think is awesome for them. So Garland and Beverly right now. We have Colin Sexton at the 2, Isaac Okoro, Luke Kennard, Torian Prince, Osman, and Dylan Windler. Of course, we don't really want Luke Kennard, Isaac Okoro are good at the small forward. And we have Larry Nance still here and Jeremiah Robinson Earl. And then we have Precious. We will be signing, obviously, Jarrett Allen back. I almost said Bam Adebayo, but this is not the Miami Heat. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I think what I want to do is probably just re-sign Jarrett Allen ultimately. I don't think there's really anything else I kind of want to do. I kind of want to see my young players just play. So Jarrett Allen's getting an offer. I don't know where from. I didn't really read that. So we are going to be matching though, because obviously, like I said, we traded for him. So I want him to stay here in Cleveland. So we pretty much have a full rotation. Prince and Osman and like Beverly are guys I don't really want to keep. Or even maybe even Larry Nance if we can maybe trade him later on. But for now, I'm cool with what we got. I'm content with what we have. I kind of want to just use the untapped potential camps and see what we can make out of the roster we have right now. Because we were just a playoff team. A lot of that could have been because of Andre Drummond's stats. But I feel like we'll be fine. I feel like we could still be a playoff team this next season with the potential that we can throw at some of these guys. So let's go see what we can do as far as draft class. We're going to obviously load the 2022. And then as far as training camps are concerned, we're going to be throwing this untapped potential at... we'll throw one at... I want to throw one at Garland for sure. Where's Darius Garland? Is he all the... Wait. Oh, there he is. I missed him. I was like, where is Darius Garland? Okay, so got Darius Garland at untapped potential. I think I'm going to throw this other one at Isaac Okoro. I think that's pretty important. And then this last one, I think I kind of want to throw it at Jarrett Allen, honestly. I feel like that's probably the best thing to do. So Jarrett Allen, and because Precious already like progresses like crazy in this game for whatever reason. But this is our starting five right now. So Garland, Sexton, Isaac Okoro, Larry Nance, Jarrett Allen, Precious, Patrick Beverly, Luke Kennard, and Chetty Osman. So honestly, definitely fine with that. Looking at our proficiency, we are at 2.5 at grit and grind, so we don't really want to be a grit and grind anymore. We're going to move this to a 7 seconds and fit the system a little bit better. And then we're going to simulate this next season, kind of see how things pan out, and then obviously we'll make our adjustments in the offseason to better further the team. Conference, so even after Drummond is gone, we are still a playoff team, which is definitely awesome to see. MVP Luka, yeah, Rookie of the Year to Cade Cunningham. Precious 6th man of the year, 20 and 11 off the bench. Absolutely insane, man. Like I said, this guy is insane on 2K. I don't know what it is, but they got something going on. He's also winning most improved player after coming off the bench, which is just crazy to think about. All made first team Luka, Trae Young, Giannis, LeBron, Embiid. And then as far as, I don't think we will have anybody all of its first team. Do we have anyone making it? Probably not. Drummond does make it for the Charlotte Hornets, and that will be it. So we are the 6th seed, like I said, playing the Atlanta Hawks, went 43 and 39. I believe that's what we went last year, but 23 points from Sexton, 20 from Precious, and 19 from Garland. So Garland's definitely showing some player progression, which is awesome. Jarrett Allen with 14 and 13. So honestly, Jarrett Allen definitely deserved his starting spot, and Precious just came off the bench and actually wreaked havoc as well, scoring more points than Jarrett Allen, obviously. Isaac Okoro with 11, Larry Nance with 10.5, Luke Kennard with 10, Osman with 6, Beverly with 4, and Dylan Wine with 2. So not too bad. We are playing the Atlanta Hawks in the first round this time, and I don't expect to get past them, but hey, maybe I'm a little surprised here, and we do. But we are down, and we go to 7, but unfortunately we do end up losing. I still don't think we're ready to be a championship team just yet, but we are getting there as the Atlanta Hawks go all the way to win a championship. And to think about it, we just took the NBA champions to 7 games, so I feel like we might have a really good chance next season, potentially going deep in the playoffs. So we'll have to see what we can do to make that happen. But league meetings, we're going to reject all of that. Draft lottery, I don't think we're going to have a lottery pick here, obviously, unless if there's some trade I'm not thinking about. Nope. Okay, so we're fine on that. We end up with the 19th pick as well. So 4 staff signing, JB Bickerstaff. I mean, the coaching staff is actually doing pretty decent, so I'll keep them again. And for the NBA draft, we have, let's see, we have the 19th pick and then a few seconds. So Larry Nance is not someone I really want to start at power forward anymore. It looks like Jeremiah Robinson Earl progressed pretty damn well, so he might end up snagging a starting spot from Larry Nance. So with that, I don't think we really need Larry Nance Jr. anymore, so I would love to trade him if possible. The Philadelphia 76ers wouldn't mind grabbing Larry Nance as they want to give me Monte Morris in return. That is actually a fine backup point guard to have, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that trade. I know there's probably some other trades I could have looked at, but Larry Nance for Monte Morris, I'm not complaining about that. And then Osman, we kind of have everything snagged up at the small forward right now, so I feel like Osman would be better off getting minutes elsewhere because he is a pretty solid player when given the opportunity. So Clippers want to give me Aaron Wiggins, who is a project, it looks like, at the age of 22, somebody I could definitely use for the future. Vernon Carey Jr., Bojan Bogdanovic, Justin Holiday, Draymond Green, first round pick, Royce O'Neal, Kim Birch, 29-year-old. We don't really want that. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that Aaron Wiggins trade. We're going to be trading Osman to the Clippers for Aaron Wiggins, somebody who could definitely help us out in the future. And we still have our draft picks, so that is actually awesome. So successful offseason thus far, I would like to say, with our first 2 trades. And we get Gene Montero, Devin Askew. So there's a lot of good backup point guards on the board. So I will go ahead and take one. So Monte Morris will be the backup point guard for now. And then eventually it'll be taken over possibly by Gene Montero, whatever overall he was. He was a 75. So rookie signing Gene Montero. We get a second rounder who's a 74 overall as well. So I will sign him as well. Bring him into Cleveland. Garland, Precious, Okoro, Weinler are all guys I would love to have back. Qualifying offers, Colin Sexton is going to be a really important free agent to bring back. He has progressed very well and became a stud for us here in Cleveland, so we want him back, definitely. So we are going to be giving whatever he wants. He is a 4.5 system match as well, so definitely would love to have myself Colin Sexton back. So other than that, looking at the roster, we do have free agency ahead of us. So Garland, Monte Morris, Gene Montero. We got Julian Schroeder, however you say his name, at the shooting guard. Isaac Okoro, Luke Kennard, Dylan Windler. We have Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and then Jarrett Allen and Precious at the center spots. So I feel like, I mean, if there was anything I would do, is probably maybe sign a 4 if there is a power forward available that might be moving the needle for us. We have Marvin Bagley, Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, Zach Collins. Not really. I mean, I feel like at this point, I'd rather just take my chances with what we have. Isaiah Roby wouldn't be a bad. He only wants $2 million. I wouldn't mind having him for that. So I will go ahead and sign Isaiah Roby to a 1-year deal, it looks like. And then Colin Sexton still has yet to be paid. So that's where we will be paying my man Colin Sexton. 5-year, $27 million. Max contract offer going to Colin Sexton. I assume that's what he will get from Cleveland anyway. So Garland, Morris, we have Sexton, Julian Schroeder. We could probably move Gene Montero to backup shooting guard, to be honest, and he might be able to play some minutes right away. So he goes up to a 76. So yeah, he might play some minutes right away. We'll have to see. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Honestly, I'm happy with that. Player progression should continue to treat us well. We should have 3 training camps here again, which is definitely going to be important for our progression and our rebuild, obviously. So we're going to be using those player progressions to our advantage. Going into season number 3, hopefully we are a really good top team in the East, and maybe even we compete for a championship this next season. So MVP goes to Joel Embiid at the end of season number 3, which is something that could happen this season. Embiid has had an incredible year thus far. Rookie of the year goes to Chet Holmgren. Vucevic, 6th man. Defensive player, Devontae Graham, most improved on the Phoenix Suns. And Tom Thibodeau, coach of the year, 62-20. So the Knicks must be really good as well in the East, which we were a 61-win team as well, I believe. Maybe Tom Thibodeau's coaching somewhere else, because I feel like we're the first seed, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll be a first team. Trae Young, Luka, Cade Cunningham. I don't think we have... Okay, we don't have anybody from our roster representing any All-NBA teams, even though we are the first seed in the Eastern Conference. And yeah, so Minnesota must have hired Tom Thibodeau back, I guess, right? Yeah, they did. Okay, so we are the first seed going up against Detroit, and looking at the player stats for this season, we had 28 from Colin Sexton, so an amazing year, max contract, well-deserved by him. If he's going to put up 20 points per game on amazing efficiency, you'll love to see it. Obviously, 5.5 assists, definitely better than what it used to be. No rebounds, though. 19 points from Darius Garland, 18 from Mr. Precious. We had 17 from Okoro, so Okoro also had a very, very solid year for us, jumping up by like 5-6 points per game, which is awesome. Jeremy Robinson Earl joined the rotation and averaged 13. Jarrett Allen with 11 and 12, still getting 2 blocks. And Monte Morris with 8 and 5 off the bench. So very, very nice. We are going against like Detroit, like I said. I feel like this is going to be the season we win this championship, man. I think we have a good chance. We have Killian Hayes, Levine, Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey, and Isaiah Stewart to worry about in the first round. Griffin, Jalen Green. So this is actually a pretty solid Detroit team. Let's see if we're able to take care of business. We're up 1-0 to start the series. We're up 2-0, so that's a very good start. 3-0, and can we sweep them? Nope. Gentlemen sweep, though? Yes. Okay, so we do beat the Detroit Pistons in 5 games, so we are on to the second round to play the New York Knicks, who ended up beating the Boston Celtics. We got J.D. Davidson, Josh Christopher, Jonathan Kuminga, Randall, Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett. So, again, a very solid Knicks roster who has a lot of young talent here. Let's go ahead and see if we can take care of business against them, as we're up 1-0 to start things off. Up 2-0, so that's a very good start, and we're up 3-0. Do we sweep them? No. Gentlemen sweep again? Yes. Okay, so we are able to pass our first 2 playoff victories in 5 games, which is awesome. And now we're either playing Atlanta or Orlando. I would love to get some revenge on Atlanta, like I said, I wish granted. So we're playing Trae Young, Moody, Hunter, Collins, Okongwu, Capella, Reddish, Miles Bridges, Kevin Huerter, and Bobby Portis. So Atlanta's beat us in 7 last year. Can we take care and get some revenge? They're up 1-0 to start things off. Up 2-0. It would not be good to go down 3-0 to Atlanta, and just like that, we are down 3-0. So should have fixed rotation a little bit earlier, but I had some confidence we were going to be able to maybe tie it up or do something here, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. Maybe fixing rotation is going to help us, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to, as the Atlanta Hawks are just absolutely going to obliterate us into I don't even know, to a million pieces, I guess, because they absolutely just swept the crap out of us. So Atlanta is just too good for us, I guess you could say. But I'm going to jump in and try to make this comeback. Just kidding, I'm not coming back. But I would love to get some gameplay with the roster I did put together with 1:47 seconds left. And let's see if we can make something happen as far as maybe cutting the score, guess a little bit more, even though it really doesn't matter because this game is definitely over. But it is what it is. So Atlanta shaking the free throw line, but it doesn't. Yeah, it does matter, actually. They beat me, or they caused me to miss a free throw. We got Cameron Reddish, probably just going to hold on to the ball. Trae Young must have gave us buckets or something, man, because this team absolutely just swept the crap out of us, like I said. And Trae Young, like I just mentioned, just scored a 3 right in our faces. So, is Colin Sexton out here? He is. I think it is probably best to run the offense through Colin Sexton. I like that Precious is closing this matchup tonight, as he gets an and 1. Trae Young's fouled out. We have a chance here. So the switch definitely helped us out. Trae Young is gone, but unfortunately, there's just not enough time left on the clock. Because, I mean, if there was like 7 minutes left, that's huge, bro. That would be like so monumentally big that we could make this comeback and maybe force this game to like 6 games or something. I don't know, because they're not going to beat us here. All right, let's see if we can. Terrence Ross is dribbling it up, trying to just drain some clock, of course. Let's see what he's got going on, what kind of moves he's going to put together. I'm probably going to go back to an alley-oop on the offensive end, Who is that shot at 3? I think it was Moses Moody as he misses. Precious with the rebound. We're going to go straight to, I'm not really sure who this is. Oh, it's Wiggins, Aaron Wiggins. So it looks like we made some substitutions. I didn't even really notice that. All right, so let me go back. Let me get a screen and roll again from you. I want to put up another alley-oop if possible. It looks like they might leave it open, and they did, but Precious didn't really grab it. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what this is Theo Maladon, I assume. It looks to be who that is, and he is dribbling it up. He's gonna try to shoot a mid-ranger, but he passes out to Bobby Portis, who is going to miss from 3. I'm gonna go ahead and just run it up, try to get a layup here, a quick transition layup. They kind of block it, but Precious cuts to the basket, and he is unable to hit the layup. I was trying to, what was that, like a hook shot or something, like a post move shot? I don't know. All right, Terrence Ross, see what you got. See what you got. They're probably not gonna shoot it here. Okay, never mind. Theo's wide open, and they miss. Okay, so definitely would have been cool if they were missing these a lot earlier. I'm just going to pull up. I'm not really sure if this guy can shoot threes or not, and it did not go in. So, Cleveland, what are you guys going to do with Andre Drummond? What are you going to get in return for him? Is Toronto going to trade Kyle Lowry? Those are the questions I have learning about this rumor that did come out today from Woj and Shams. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of Andre Drummond. Where's he going? What's going to happen? But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.